Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode, the Festival of Work one of the Women Talking About Learning podcast. I'm Andrew Jacobs. This episode is a bit different. We're at the CIPD Festival of Work exhibition in Olympia on the second day. I wanted to find out what some of the speakers, exhibitors and attendees had to say about the event. We had no idea who we were going to see and what they might say. We just wandered around to see who was there. We're recording with a small recorder as well, so there are a couple of sound issues, and if there are, then, well, they're down to us, not the guests. This is Women Talking About Learning. This is Dav, Joe, Teresa, Charlie, Gail, Amalia, Denise and Rachel talking about the CIPD Festival of Work.
My name's Devinda Rihal. I work for Unison as the Head of Staff Learning and Development, and I'm here to be inspired and get some new ideas around learning and development mainly, and obviously to network with people. It's been really interesting. I've just come out of a workshop around how to be an inclusive organisation, picked up some really good pointers, I think, from NHS Isle of Wight and Transport for London and Houses of Parliament. Somebody from there was represented as well. I think it's really interesting to see. Those organisations are big. We're not that big as an organisation in terms of staffing, but you can translate some of those things to your organisation regardless. And I think it's that consistency. And what's really coming across for me is how we have to get buy-in from the senior leaders. There's no point in rubber stamping things but not actually coming along and taking action. So for me, I'm going to go back and kick some ass and make sure they're doing some anti-racism training for a start. And I've got some ideas. I think some of it I've got to put it into a plan because it requires funding, so I've got to bid for some money. But I think that's why we're here. We're here to learn. We're here to find out what others are doing, kind of share that good practice, and obviously meet with like-minded people, because where else can you do that? You can't really. I mean, I've only got a team of 2 people, so it's really good to speak to other professionals, so really valuing today. I think it's just an area that does attract women. L&D is the kind of, the good cop compared to HR, really, isn't it? So it's a kind of area that I think women see themselves in, but then I suppose you've got to look at what their roles. I'm like a senior leader within my organisation, so I suppose it depends what roles they're doing within that organisation, but obviously we should look at the diversity factor as well. I think that's important.
My name is Jo Squires. I am the content production lead in CIPD Learning team, so that means that I lead the creative team that helps put together our learning resources and the courses that we have on the Learning Hub. We're demoing the Learning Hub today, and just to meet people and show them the benefits of it, maybe showcase some of the work that we've put into it, and a chance to show off some of the cool designs that we've come up with. Well, over the past couple of years, we've worked pretty hard at making sure that the media that we use is really rich and interesting, that it might delight or surprise people, and it's just really nice to show that off in such a big forum. It's been pretty busy. There's been lots of people to see and speak to. I've given a few presentations on the stand, which is a first for me. I'm not used to doing that. I'm behind the computer, not in front of a screen. So lots of new experiences, but it's been great.
So my name's Teresa Main, and I'm the Managing Director of Line Manager Academy, which we created to provide quality line manager training which focuses on the soft skills for people managers, and we're here today to try and get the brand out there for people to see us and understand what it is that we do and how we're different. I've had some really interesting conversations with lots of people that I've met yesterday and today, and people are genuinely interested in what we do, which has been really it's just been fantastic, because I just thought it'd be people picking up leaflets, which it's not. They are really wanting to talk to us and understand what we do. A lot of people that I've come across before in my teaching work, so people that I've taught CIPD qualifications to, so they're coming for a chat. But other people, they're genuinely excited by the brand, and that really gives me confidence now to really push it from a sales perspective, because I feel more confident that people get what I do and why I do it. To be honest, I don't really feel like I'm a woman presenting at an event, because I've been presenting for so long, and actually HR is quite, women orientated. There's a lot of women here. It's not like I'm trying to carve my way in a male orientated industry, so I don't actually feel too out of place. and I do connect well anyway. So from my own personal perspective, I haven't really got anything negative to say about that. Next time, I would definitely have a bigger stand in a more prominent position, because I am at the back. Although I am just down the corridor and people can see me, I would like to have a little bit more space and be able to engage more with people and capture people as they walk past. But being at the back, people are probably just going to the cafe station and not really wanting to come and be sold something. So probably if I was in the centre, then that would be a little bit more fruitful, I think.
So my name's Charlie Evans. I work for the Charity Learning Consortium. I am on a stand at CIPD Festival promoting the CLC, what we do, what we offer, why we're a great provider to the third sector. It's been really interesting. We've had lots of people intrigued by us, intrigued by the charity, calling all charity sign that we have on top of our stand. They're interested to see what we do different and how we stand out compared to lots of other companies and organisations that cater to corporates. And it's really good to have that conversation and open people's eyes to, being an organisation that specifically targets charities and being that niche that they didn't know about. So we've got our name out there. We've got some word of mouth marketing, which is great. So people are going to pass on their details. They're going to tell people they know who work in charities. But it's been quite busy. It's been good foot flow. I've had a little walk around the stands, listened to a couple of speakers. Actually, we had Gail speaking about virtual webinars, which is awesome because she actually wrote one of our little books for the Charity Learning Consortium that we have, a collection of 9. So it was great to see her in action doing her presentation and saying hello to her. She actually picked up some little books from us that we had on the stand, so her name was all over it. She loved that. But everyone seems really happy. It's interesting to see what everyone else is offering and the way in which they're offering it and the conversations that we're having with them. And also they're intrigued to hear about us and how we're offering something similar to them but to a very small niche as well. To be honest with you, I haven't even noticed the divide between the sexes. I've not noticed it at all, and maybe that's because I thought that it was quite balanced, to be honest, and especially with the speakers as well, it was very balanced. Can't say the same for everyone dancing at the exhibitors' drinks last night. I think that was outweighed women to men, but being at the exhibition, it seems quite balanced.
Hi, it's Gail from SingSkills. Well, we're exhibiting this year at CIPD Festival of Work. It's our first stand ever and we're very excited. It's been brilliant. We had some amazing conversation with a lot of different people, a lot of interest in hybrid and virtual learning. So clearly the world has moved on and is, trying to improve on facilitations and design. A lot of people are tackling the hybrid challenge, and I think everybody is aware that it's not necessarily the best possible options, but it's, I think, pushed from top to L&D onto doing hybrid. There is a perception from the top that it's cheaper and more cost efficient, which, if you want to do something good about it, it's probably going to be resource heavy and not cheaper at all. So it was 10 tips to maximize engagement in the virtual classroom. So it was a topic of interest and some very good comments. We have focused on something that I believe is a little bit hidden, is that yes, a lot of trainers are worried about engagement, but what should be thought through when you start thinking about virtual delivery is also how you're going to build trust, and not only trust with as you yourself as a facilitator, but trust with the process, trust in the benefits, and trust with the fact that the learners are going to be heard and there's a point to it. So trust is definitely something that I've focused quite a lot in my talk. It's not a surprise, it's that I do think that, well, when I started SingSkills, I started Sing Skills because I needed flexibility in my life to accommodate a busy life and some children, and I realized that I wasn't the only foreign mum with little support that needed this, and the team of Sing Skills, a large part of it, and absolutely everybody on the stand today has been a part of our Return to Work mum program, and most of them have become producers, and some fantastic producers, and there's also some helping with the admin and the course design now.
So I'm Amalia and I'm from Borrow My Doggy. We're a platform that connects dog owners with dog lovers who want to spend time with a dog. And we're here today with Digby and Winnie, a golden retriever and a cockapoo. And they're helping to share the care and love of a dog, and we're promoting our Borrow My Doggy for Work. It's been so much fun. The dogs have had so much attention and they're loving all the cuddles. And we've been able to chat to everyone about dogs, which is the best conversation to be able to have. Oh, there's been a lot of women. Definitely they kind of approach more, but I think we've done a lot of events that are very dog related. And this one being one of our first kind of more work focused events. We've got a lot more men coming over, and obviously dogs help get both men and women over, but yeah, it's been really lovely meeting both men and women and discussing what we do and helping to share the well-being benefits of having a dog around.
So hi, my name's Denise. I am currently working as a HR consultant, and I'm here at Learning at Work. This is my second day at the event. I am on the Genius Bar, which is a rather grand title and feels a little bit sassy. So the description that many of us are using is that it's kind of like a HR community advisory bureau. So a bit like the Citizens Advice Bureau, people are coming over asking us questions on a whole range of subjects. We've had discussions around flexible working and questions from people new into the sector. So really good place to be, hearing what's the topical questions from people who are attending today. It's not been as busy as it could be. We know people have always got questions. We know that from other forms of social media. But we're tucked away in a little corner, which might be one factor. But also, people are here to look at sort of the stands and to go to the conference. So we've had a good few people over. It's been great when they have come over. We've had some really good conversations. And frankly, I'm learning a lot. So as somebody who likes to listen to what other people's advice is and to learn from that, it's been a really great place to be today. So there are 3 of us on today, and there were 3 or 4 of us on yesterday, and yeah, we're just HR professionals who've been in the field for a little while. So I'm on with Amanda today, and I was on with Dave yesterday. If you have a look at any of the social media, you'll see the details of all the people who've been on the bar.
Hi, I'm Rachel Burnham, and I'm here as attending the conference for the Festival of Work, and I'm representing CIPD Manchester because I'm chair at the moment. So it's really nice to get to come along to the conference. I've come really to broaden my experience. So my background's in learning and development, but actually I've signed up for mostly sessions that aren't in the L&D area. So sessions on things like changing skills in leadership. Really great keynote this morning looking at the whole area of environment and social and governance, and really challenging our thinking about sustainability in business. Great session yesterday about HR becoming really an anti-racist ally. So I've tried to sign up for things that are going to stretch me a little bit, take me in different directions, expand my thinking. There's lots on, I think inclusion and diversity is a really key theme for me coming through, because it was even coming in very much so in the ESG session, the session about environment and social and governance. So very strongly coming through there. Course comes through into all the discussions about hybrid working and flexible working. So, there's a very big sort of theme around that, but also we had a great session on the economic sort of environment, which was the first keynote starting off day one. A little bit gloomy, but also very interesting, and again bringing out some of these inequalities. For example, differences in the way that even though private sector salaries aren't increasing hugely, public sector overall lagging significantly, and other, the more people are paid, the more they're getting increases, and the less that people are getting paid, the less they're getting increases, so increasing inequality. So lots of big challenges and lots of uncertainty as well coming through on the economic field. Because it's all linked. You can't, if you're in L&D, you've got to know, you've got to be able to work with your colleagues in HR, you've got to work with the business and understand what the business is, what the environment the business is working in, what the business is wanting to achieve, what it potentially could be doing, because there might be conversations that are engaged in where you could just pose a question, come up with an idea, and it just helps to move things forward. So it's really good to have a broad understanding. Now, I am going to do one of the L&D sessions. I want to go to a session that's about increasing accessibility of L&D. I feel I've got so much to learn in that field. Lots to think about. How do we make sure that what we are encouraging people to do around learning is accessible to everybody in our organisations, and particularly other people from the community who we might want to bring into the organisation. There's no point recruiting people if then our learning and development offer is not accessible to them. So loads to learn there. I'm really looking forward to that session.
This episode was really fun to record. Like the co-working and the event one, we had no idea who was here or what they might say. Yes, there were a few pops. We learned that using the pop filter is pretty much essential when you're recording on a smaller device. You'll find the details of the guests and their contact details in the show notes. Massive thank you to everyone who stepped forward and agreed to be recorded by us just wielding a device in their general direction. We're back in a couple of weeks and we are still recording. Please do get in touch if you want to be a guest or have an idea about an episode. Contact details are in our show notes and on our website, womentalkingaboutlearning.com. Please do like and subscribe to Women Talking About Learning on your player. It really does move us up the charts in a range of places. We're currently hot, for example, in the Netherlands and the Philippines, and it really does make it easier for people to find us. Take care, and we'll see you again soon.